Welcome to Hollywood Insiders. Today, we're putting the spotlight on the legendary 1970s sitcom Good Times. Aired from 1974 to 1979 on CBS. Good Times was a revolutionary spin-off of Maude and All in the Family that featured television's first Black two-parent family living in Chicago's Cabrini-Green projects. In this deep dive, we explore the cast journey. Where are Jimmie Walker JJ, BernNadette Stanis Thelma, and Ralph Carter Michael today in 2025? Behind-the-scenes tension. The real story of why stars John Amos and Esther Rolle clashed with producers over the show's direction. Groundbreaking impact. How the show tackled sensitive issues like poverty, racism, and unemployment while still making us laugh with JJ's iconic Dy-no-mite catchphrase. Legacy and lore. The creators behind the magic, including Norman Lear and Eric Monte, and the show's lasting influence on Black culture on television. The tension on the set of Good Times, primarily centered on the shift from social realism to broad comedy, specifically regarding the character of J.J. Evans stars. Esther Rolle and John Amos frequently clash with producers and white writers over several key storylines and creative directions. The focus on J.J.'s buffoonery. The most significant source of conflict was the increasing emphasis on J.J. Evans' Jimmie Walker and his catchphrase, the Dy-no-mite, stereotyping concerns. Rolle and Amos felt the writers were transforming J.J. into a buffoon or a minstrel figure, which undermined the show's goal of portraying a strong, dignified Black family, overshadowing serious themes. They argued that J.J.'s antics distracted from the series' original focus on social issues like poverty, education, and unemployment. Neglect of other characters. Amos specifically complained that the writers were neglecting the other two children. Thelma and Michael to give more screen time to J.J.'s chicken hat comedy. 2. The death of James Evans. Following ongoing heated disputes, producers fired John Amos after season 3, labeling him a disruptive element, removing the father figure. The decision to kill off James Evans in a car accident was deeply controversial. Esther Rolle had originally fought to ensure the show featured a two-parent family, and she felt his removal destroyed the family's integrity. Refined protest, Rolle's famous damn, damn, damn scene was fueled by her real life frustration with the producers, decision to write out her on-screen husband. 3. Florida's second marriage Carl Dixon storyline. After Amos's departure, Esther Rolle left the show at the end of season 4, largely due to her dissatisfaction with the introduction of a new love interest. Carl Dixon. Inconsistency with character. Rolle reportedly hated the storyline because she believed Florida would not move on so quickly from James's death, nor would she leave her children behind. Religious conflict. She objected to Florida marrying Carl, an atheist, arguing it disregarded her character's devout Christian beliefs for lack of authentic representation. The cast often felt that the all-white writing staff could not accurately reflect the black experience. Script rewrites. Amos and Rolle frequently stayed late to rewrite scripts or improvised on set to avoid falling into stereotypes they felt the writers didn't understand. Confrontational feedback. John Amos admitted his delivery of critiques was not always diplomatic, reportedly threatening writers over jokes he found offensive or unrealistic. The departures of John Amos and Esther Rolle marked a turning point for Good Times. Without James Evans, the show lost a key figure who represented stability and strength. And without Florida Evans, the show lost its moral center. The producers tried to keep the show going by bringing in new characters and shifting the focus even more toward JJ. But the dynamic that had made Good Times so special was gone. Esther Rolle eventually returned to the show for its 6th and final season. But by then, the magic of the earlier seasons was largely lost. The show ended in 1979, leaving behind a complex legacy. On one hand, Good Times was a trailblazing show that provided a rare portrayal of a working class African American family on network television. It tackled important social issues and gave viewers a glimpse into the lives of people who were often overlooked by mainstream media. On the other hand, the tensions behind the scenes and the departures of John Amos and Esther Rolle highlighted the challenges of creating a show that could balance entertainment with social commentary. In the years since Good Times ended, both John Amos and Esther Rolle have spoken about their experiences on the show. Amos went on to have a successful career in film and television, appearing in projects like Roots, Coming to America, and The West Wing. Rolle, who passed away in 1998, remained a respected actress and an advocate for African American representation in Hollywood. The reason for John Amos and Esther Rolle's departure from Good Times is a testament to the challenges of balancing art and commerce in the television industry. Both actors were committed to creating a show that reflected the realities of African American life, but their vision ultimately clashed with the producers' desire to prioritize ratings and profitability, or conversely, perhaps the need to prioritize those to simply remain on the air and somewhat relevant. Their departures highlight two incredible actors who stayed true to their principles, even at the expense of their own show. While Good Times may have lost some of its original luster after their exits, the impact of their performances and their commitment to authenticity continues to influence audiences today. Where was the Good Times TV show filmed? Good Times took viewers on a memorable journey through the lives of the Evans family in Chicago's Cabrini-Green housing project. While the setting is Chicago, soundstages in California hosted the production. Good Times was a groundbreaking sitcom about the Evans family, an African American family navigating poverty and life in a Chicago housing project. Known for blending humor with serious social issues like racism and inequality, while emphasizing family strength and love. It followed parents Florida Esther Rolle and James John Amos, and their kids, especially J.J. Jimmie Walker, known for Dy-no-mite, alongside neighbor Willona Jeanette Dubois, offering a realistic, often tough, but ultimately hopeful look at urban black life. Norman Lear's Good Times legacy lives on amid animated series. Good Times was co-created by writer Eric Monte and actor Mike Evans, with legendary producer Norman Lear serving as executive producer, developing the show from Monte's concept based on his life in Chicago's Cabrini-Green projects. The iconic series, known for tackling social issues, premiered in 1974 and centered on the working-class Evans family in Chicago. Off and on camera, Walker did not get along with the series lead, Esther Rolle. That's going to do it for this episode of Hollywood Insiders. Please support the podcast by subscribing, liking, watching. Again, thank you for watching.